What are two things that leaders and owners never talk about? Our finances and taking naps. My name is Jerry Bierman. I own Alluring Glass. Been at this for 17 years, and I make these videos for a bunch of my friends that lead businesses, primarily in the residential trades. And while Alluring Glass, I don't want my guys to feel like lab rats. It is a laboratory where we're trying, testing lots of things. And most recently, we're talking about like building loyalty and attracting and training and retaining great talent. And in the process of doing that, dealing with a lot of leaders, talking to a lot of leaders about difficult conversations. One of them is taking naps, like resting. Leaders, it's really interesting when I talk to my buddies that lead, and just the typical bullshit answers that we give each other is like, how's everything going? Busy, which is just kind of a bullshit answer, right? It's like, hey, how you doing? Fine. You may or may not be fine. It's just really an expression that kind of blows off the conversation. To deep dive into rest, to be like, man, like I was talking to Joe Zimmer yesterday, and he was talking about taking power naps at lunchtime, and I was like, man, when I started this business, for the first couple of years, probably 2 to 5 years, I would take naps, 15, 20-minute power naps every day. I was just fried. I don't know that I talked to people about it publicly, but I did in fact take naps. And Joe was talking yesterday about the importance of him getting 15 minutes just laying down, shutting down all the noise in his head. And I don't know if he gets into a deep sleep in 15 minutes, not likely, but to rest. Like, again, we don't talk about it as leaders. Maybe one of the questions you need to ask yourself is, do you need an alarm to wake up in the morning? Or do you wake up, rested naturally? Are you getting enough rest? And who in your life is talking to you about rest? Who in your life is talking to you about taking naps, on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, getting an extra 30-minute or an hour nap in? And for a lot of you guys, one of the tests is if you're listening to this, you might be saying, gosh, that sounds weak. It's like, well, if you don't take care of yourself, how good are you going to be to other people, right? We flew to Wilmington over the weekend, and when they go through the flight attendants go through the announcements early on, and they talk about make sure you put the oxygen on yourself before you put it on your kids type thing. And I think rest is the same way. As leaders, I think we have a badge of honor of like working hard and working ourselves to the bones. And it's what it creates is not the best version of ourselves. So if you want the best version of me, I need rest and I need naps. Not popular to talk about, but really important to be accountable